6 months after Amora's birth, Ekeoma's mornings began before dawn. While Lagos still yawned in the half-light, she cradled her daughter in one arm and typed lines of code with the other. The OkaforCode app had just launched, but user feedback poured in faster than she could read it. Every ping on her phone signaled a learner in need, a young woman in Abuja struggling with loops, a high schooler in Port Harcourt stuck on variables. Ekeoma brewed strong coffee, pinned small photo of smiling Amora to her laptop, and dove into bug fixes and feature updates. Ada arrived at 8 a.m. with hot akara and chilled malt. "Your baby's going to think this is her nanny's side hustle," she teased, setting a tray beside the laptop. They laughed, but both felt the pressure. App Store ratings hung on their shoulders. Ada juggled her jollof stall and OkaforCode marketing, while Ekeoma balanced motherhood, mentorship calls, and looming deadlines for a major funding pitch. At noon, Ekeoma breastfed Amora under the mango tree in her courtyard and scrolled through code suggestions. Each new pull request was a vote of confidence. Yet, beneath her satisfaction lay the nagging fatigue of a new mother with no time off. One Wednesday evening, a critical bug appeared. The app's progress tracker had glitched, learners' streaks reset to 0. Panic spread on social media. #OkaforCode down trended among Nigerian techies. Ekeoma's phone vibrated incessantly. Investors called, disappointed users complained. Fingers shaking, she opened the dashboard. Lines of JavaScript scrolled before her eyes like a migraine. "It's the new streak algorithm," Ede pointed out, peering over her shoulder. They walked side by side on the tiled floor, Amora asleep in a makeshift crib. 6 hours later, the patch deployed, and a flood of grateful messages poured in. That night, Ekeoma slipped upstairs to find Chidra waiting quietly on her porch. "I brought dinner," he said, holding sodas and plantain porridge. He looked tired, humbled. "I want to help. I've been learning React Native. Maybe I can fix the streak code with you." Ekeoma studied him, the old warmth rekindling in her chest. She nodded. "Okay. Tomorrow at 9. By late November, OkaforCode had users in 3 countries. Chioma's NGO secured a partnership with a Lagos university to bring coding workshops to rural campuses. Ekeoma and Ada traveled to Ogita, Imo State, setting up laptops in dusty classrooms where power cuts were the norm. The students arrived in bright uniforms, shy at first, then fired up when they realized coding could be their ticket to remote jobs and scholarships abroad. One evening, after a 12-hour session, a timid girl named Blessing pulled Ekeoma aside. "I got the app, but I can't pay for the premium lessons. I'll never catch up." Her voice cracked. Ekeoma's heart twisted. She had faced stigma and scarcity herself. That night, she drafted a scholarship fund. Every download of OkaforCode would trigger a ₦1 microdonation to purchase data bundles and premium access for 10 girls each month. Ada teared up. This is you, Ike." In Lagos, news outlets picked up the story. Graduate turned mommypreneur turns teacher splashed across screens. Sponsors lined up to contribute. For the first time, Ekeoma saw her journey come full circle, a girl who had once needed help, now building pathways for others. By January, Ekeoma's world was a delicate choreography: baby baths at dawn, code sprints at noon, boardroom pitches at dusk. Her family urged her to slow down. "You're spinning too many plates," her mother warned. But the momentum was unstoppable. Investors from South Africa proposed a Pan-African expansion. Chioma's NGO wanted to integrate OkaforCode into its curriculum. One Sunday, as rain pelted the tin roof, Amora cried in feverish waves. Ekeoma rushed her to the clinic, heart pounding. That night, as the temperature settled and Amora slept in her arms, Ekeoma realized she had neglected the most important code of all, her own well-being. She sat quietly and wrote a new to-do list. 1. Schedule weekly breaks. 2. Delegate more to Chidra. 3. Hire a part-time virtual assistant. 4. Book a short trip with Ada for Lagos Lighthouse. The next morning, she called each team member, reorganized roles, and finally took a 2-hour nap while Ada watched Amora. Ekeoma woke refreshed, clarity returning like a well-written function. Spring arrived with explosive energy, the dry season's end and the birth of new dreams. At a coastal retreat near Lekki, Chioma gathered the OkaforCode core team for a strategy retreat under swaying palms. They laid out a 5-year vision, immersive VR tutorials, partnerships with telecom giants for zero-rated data, and a Mothers in Tech fellowship for women balancing family and code. Amora toddled barefoot through the white sand as Ekeoma unveiled a prototype VR headset made of recycled plastic. The team applauded. Imagining code as play in virtual classrooms, that's revolutionary, Ada said, eyes shining. Meanwhile, Chidra quietly showed Ekeoma a refined version of their mobile app, complete with a built-in support forum. "We did this together," he said. Ekeoma smiled, squeezing his hand. Their unscripted partnership had become a steady anchor. Back in Yoba, Ekeoma tucked Amora into a tiny Encore-print crib. She opened her laptop to a fresh draft of her memoir, Unscripted, From Convocation to Code and Cradle. As Lagos's neon skyline glittered outside her window, she typed the first line. Destiny writes in mysterious code. Sometimes, we must debug our plans to uncover the true program of our lives. She paused, looked at Amora's peaceful face, and whispered, "This story is far from over." Beyond the glow of her screen, a new generation of Nigerian girls logged into OkaforCode, eager to begin their own unscripted journeys, one line of code, one courageous step at a time.